Hello, everyone. Just wanted to share something that was in my mind. A lot of people probably heard of this term is uh, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Um, if you do so, uh, then you will never be very happy because if something happens, you lose all your eggs. Um, Generally, it goes in, you can apply it in anything. Like if you're a friend, um, it just says financially, whatever you do, um, just spread out. If you focus on one thing only and you're not going anywhere, something just takes time. Um, it's not like that you will be able to um, achieve whatever you want to set your mind on. You still um, should put your best effort, but if if that effort is not going anywhere or it's not going at your pace that you want it, you will be disappointed. So um, if you diversify, um, like different projects, so it it will be more easy to deal with. um, One of the things that keeps me going is that I have uh, too many things to uh, do, and I could go in any direction. uh, One direction not going anywhere won't slow me down because I'll focus on the other direction. um, Kind of like the business. If one business not doing well, I'll focus on the other business idea, and I'll keep putting my effort in. um, but if it's not going anywhere, that doesn't mean anything. Some things just take time. You can't rush it. So, but the bottom line is that you never want to put yourself in a situation where you are feeling trapped. You want to be in, you know, trying different things, but at the same time, you don't want to be stuck with one thing. And I mean, I don't want to say this rule applies to pretty much everything you do in your life, Uh, but set your goals, have some organization. Um, what you do will eventually pay up. So you'll see the results. Um, no effort goes wasted. Um, but the frequency and the results are not going to be always what you expect. So um, you have to have other ideas, other projects, other goals. Uh, so just wanted to share this little bit of tidbit. I mean, it's a lot easier. People hear things, but when it comes to practice, a lot of people they have one job and everything depends on that job. I mean, it could be a six-figure job, doesn't matter. So let's say you are a YouTuber and you're just focused on YouTubing. What if YouTube goes out? What are you gonna do, right? I mean, it's just one source. It's one option. Um, you need to focus on other ideas too, and that's how you grow. You need to focus on multiple things. So if you have a job and just one job and you focus on it, and one day they lay you off, what you gonna do? I mean, it's not their fault. Things change, market changes, everything changes, and eventually your services will not be required. Um, like YouTube, for example, people who are doing good at YouTube right now, uh, it's all about ad revenue. I mean, YouTubers are influencers. They make people use YouTube or visit YouTube, and by getting all those views or being a personality that has um, is a likable personality and people are watching you, um, that creates viewership, that gives them an option to put some advertisements in there, and the advertisers are paying for the views, because sometimes you could just make a video about a product and if you are watched by many people, and then you just like, I've watched so many YouTubers who are just basically demoing the products. That's just one way of marketing yourself, but the idea is not new. I mean, it's been around for many years. I've seen YouTubers losing it, and it's true with anyone. I mean, humans change, no matter what you're doing, you will eventually get bored if you don't change. So you need to have other options. So whatever you're doing, focus on something else. Like, I hate to say that, but I really don't like doing the repetitive work. Like, once I've done something, it's really hard for me to repeat the same thing again. So it's like, once I figure it out, like, even car projects, it's the same way for me. It's like, I can't just keep, once I build the engine, I don't want to build it again. It's not interesting to me. I don't want to work in a manufacturing line doing the same thing again and again. That would kill me. So to keep things interesting, I like to do new things. I do businesses where nobody in my family does. Anything interesting, I do it. And that's that gives me, like, it's like seasonal businesses. Certain businesses, like, I've not done, but they were like Calendar Club. It was a seasonal business. A lot of people were setting up a shop in mall where the holiday season came in. People were buying calendars, gift cards, and those businesses opened up. You basically made a lot of money in that season, holiday season, and then that's it. You close down and you're done, and you basically take the rest of the time off or do something else. But a lot of people did that, and I never did it. But I try to be in a field where it's like consistent. So like, not non-seasonal business, like retail, electronics, computers, um, even not all sales are consistent. Like, computers sells all the time, but audio video equipment, generally when it's summertime, when people do outdoor activity, they like to work on like projects and stuff like that, or do all that nice weather, enjoy the weather. Audio video sales goes down. and it was kind of seasonal. So you don't make same amount as you would make it in wintertime when everybody is stuck in the house, when you can't do anything, miserable, raining, cold, ice, stuff like that. Then you really have limited options. So my point here is, yeah, just don't put all your eggs in one basket and focus on doing something beside what you're currently doing. Who knows? Uh, by just trying something different, you might like it better than what you're currently doing. Or you can still do what you're doing currently, but you will have some thought of backup. Like, you should never be, uh, like I've seen. I mean, I hate to say that, but when you don't follow this golden rule, um, and you lose what you relying on, as your only source, uh, you will be in big trouble. I mean, it's very depressing. It's not easy to get over that, uh, and it could be anything. It could be, um, politics. It could be, uh, the trade you are in, like automation, for example. A lot of people are losing job because of the COVID, for example. All the people who are working in restaurants, bars, um, that are like closed now, um, they are jobless. I mean, like, they haven't been working in that industry, so they're doing probably something else. But it's not that easy, to do that unless you already have some understanding of other businesses. So that's my 2 cents. Just uh, try to focus on something beside what you're currently doing, and it's good that more things you can fall back on or you can do on the side, like say part-time, the better it is. But yeah, um, ideally an employer would encourage you to not do that. um, See, employers are looking for, employees that are only focused on their business, and especially in sales, they want employees to be totally dependent on one job, their business. So they don't they don't look outside. I mean, they don't like people who have other sources of income. They want people who are hungry, people who are, totally dependent on that job. And I mean, it's good for them because then they can pressure people, to do stuff, work harder, more hours, uh, like all these things. Like, for example, I've dealt with ranking and rating system. I mean, on paper, ranking and rating sounds really good. Like, wow, you're merit based. You're looking at somebody's performance. Wow. Um, but in reality, it's all politics. I've seen, like, I'm talking about Intel, for example. I've seen people who were sloppy. I mean, like, they were really bad performers, and because the manager liked them, they got excellent ratings, which is like promotions, rating, all that stuff. Had nothing to do with the performance. It had to do with the politics. Um, and they always, were looking for people who were, I mean, they knew the talent, of course, but they also wanted people that they can control. The managers, wanted to push more productivity out of good employees and make them feel like they are not performing because of the ranking rating system. It was just like a pressure tactic. It wasn't really, uh, wasn't really used to accurately gauge a performance of an employee. It was actually used to pressure the employee to working more hours, feel more like trying to make them feel like afraid, because it was like a, like a kind of like a military does that. It feel like some of the big corporations have learned these things from military, like that. They um, they whenever the new recruits come in, they always have a drill sergeant and who's uh, trying to make a better soldier out of them, and they're using pressure and like trying to. I mean, no, I mean that doesn't work. Um, but in military they let you go, but they are like, at least you know what to expect. But in companies, when you go in a company and they do that, which is uh like why? The person is performing, and you are, you know like I had the same thing with one of the. It's an interesting story, so I'm going to share. um I was working in a 7-Eleven when I was going to school, and I was working graveyard in a really bad neighborhood. And I was a hard worker. I focused on work and I got things done. We had a list of things to do at nighttime. The owner I worked for, um, franchisee, he was old school, and he has a way system to. He knew I worked hard. He didn't give me any hard time. He knew as long as I did what I was supposed to do, I was good. So he didn't try to pressure me afterwards. But um, the way he was running it, it was always, and Softland Corporation wanted him out because he wasn't willing to change. They just hire these franchisees who are basically glorified managers, and they put all their money in their goodwill money, and they're taking all the risk managing employees, but they have to listen to Southland Corporation telling them what to do, how to run the store. They just don't have any control over there, and Southland Corporation can kick them out if they don't like their performance. So anyway, so they got rid of him, and came the new manager from corporate. So the corporate was running it, and he started telling me things instead of focusing on what I was doing good. And I was the hardest working employee over there. Did everything. I didn't smoke. I didn't take any breaks or anything like that. And I worked, and I was going to school, work graveyard. Graveyard had a lot of things to do. But he came in with new list of things for me to do on top of exactly what I was doing. And I said, and the way he said it, sounded like that he assumed I didn't have any options. And I immediately, once I saw that, I made a call to another employer, franchisee, that I knew, that actually referred me to this franchisee because he didn't have any hours for me at that time. And I was like, this is what the new manager is doing to me, and I don't want to deal with it. He said, don't worry about it. I have hours. You can come work for me. I said, okay. So I told that manager I quit. And he was like taken back. He didn't expect me to do that. And because he thought I will just like normal employee. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will do whatever you say, sir. Like that. No, I told him I will quit. And he said, oh, we can work something out. We can do something about this if you don't. I said, nope, it's all right. I'm out. And I left, and I never looked back. But the point is, these corporate managers, they don't understand. And of course, they had people who they are used to working. But, when you change management, you literally change the direction the store wants to go in. you already know who your best performers are, but they don't care about that. They want to put more workload on the best performers because they assume that you are actually dependent on that job. It's um, it's funny the way employers treat their good employees sometimes. They're like, of course, I can't blame him because he was new, he didn't know me very well, and he treated me like another, you know I mean, I was doing that job to pay my tuition. I wasn't doing my that job as my future. And and I knew a lot of people that would hire me because I knew other people's performance too. So first of all, nobody wanted to work graveyard, and I was happy because I could go to school during the daytime and work graveyard, so I could work more hours. And I had a car, I had a cell phone at that time, and um I wasn't late or anything like that. The only reason I would be late if it was like a class or something like that. But I would tell the owner that I will be late because I have a class. But other than that, no problems. But the point is, um, well, I hope you get the point. But I mean, you could be friends with the manager, and then things will be fine till they let the manager go, and then again change the direction. So the companies will always pressure you, but you can get out of that pressure by doing stuff on the side and being good at changing your profession. Like when I lost my job at Intel, um, I tried to find a technical job, and there were a lot of technical people looking for jobs at the time, and I was like not able to find a job. Then I said, okay, fine, I'll change my profession. I got into sales. Um, Never did that before, but okay. I mean, I was running my business. I said, if I'm going to do my business, I have to know about the sales anyway. So I got into sales because I wanted to learn, and I was apparently good at it too. So I did sales for many, many years. I still do sales. I just do it for myself instead of some other employer. But at least in sales, numbers don't lie. Um, Managers do. Uh, a manager knows who's their hardworking employee. But if they don't want to show, or they want to put pressure, or if they're not their favorite, then they can do whatever they want. But in sales, when you have the high numbers, you don't have to. Manager cannot say anything against that. I mean, there's not that much. I mean, of course, they can say this guy doesn't listen to me, but the store manager would say, but he's a good performer. Leave him alone, unless he does something really, really against the store policy, which uh, most employees don't do that. So, but the fact is, the managers are kind of powerless in sales. They are there, but they can't really. They can treat employees that are not performing very well, because the performance is not. Performance is very important in sales, and the lower performing employees are the target of a manager, not the high performance. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. I've done many odd jobs and some good jobs too, but the best freedom you get is by doing your own thing and by doing different things. Not everything is going to work for you, so try different things. Sometimes one opportunity will take you to another opportunity. There's nothing wrong with changing your profession, business. Like, if computer sales doesn't work, I will change it to something else. Audio video sales. If that doesn't work, I will, selling solar, stuff like that. So, I'm not tying myself to one item, one niche. I'm all over the place. So but once I find the right product, um then I will basically not not be just like at that. I mean, I'll keep doing that, but I will try different things. Like for example, right now my main focus item is printers, solar panels, batteries, uh, computers, of course, receivers, video cards. Uh, so yeah, and those are my main items. But I am selling other stuff too on the side. Um, um, I want to add more stuff to it. Now I'm selling cars. Um, but I want to sell bicycles. I want to sell Razor scooters. I want to sell anything and everything. I've been selling ACs too. So so yeah, this, and then I mine. Mining is, I don't even call it work. It's just like once you set it up, you forget it. It's just like maintenance, such a little effort anymore if your system's running properly. And so far, 3 months, no issues. It's been maintaining its profitability. So but mining is very unpredictable, and I didn't expect it to be this profitable for this long, but it's going. So yeah, just wanted to, and then of course security system stuff like that, which I don't want to do because the prices of cameras has dropped down, the installation has gone easier. But there are still people who don't know any technical stuff, and uh, they they need help, and but it's a dirty job. I don't want to get in attics and inhale that ins, insulation. Yeah, I don't want to inhale that, bad for your lungs and all the stuff. But yeah, so yeah, okay. I hope you like my little know-how about businesses, and my way of thinking about why not tie yourself to one business or job. Okay, if you like what I'm talking about, please like, share, subscribe, and that will motivate me to make more videos. Thank you.